TVC ball game, or Twin Valley League, I guess they call it now, instead of Twin Valley Conference. Anyway, in the ball game here tonight at Williams Valley, we are awaiting the arrival of the squad onto the field. As you see, the cheerleaders and so forth have the tunnel made here. And as we await, we can tell you that it is just an absolutely gorgeous evening for football. Now, it turned out to be really great. The weather was predicted to be rainy this afternoon. Earlier it was pretty much overcast, but tonight, nice sky, a couple of friendly clouds, a half a moon up there, and everything looking good. Field here at Williams Valley looks very good. It's very good shape tonight for tonight's ball game, so it should be an interesting game to say the least. The Vikings with a record of 4-1, and the Trojans come in here at 3-2. So UD would like to get back on the winning side of things tonight here at Williams Valley, and it won't be an easy task, but we'll see what we can do. Back in a moment here as the teams get set to enter the field. Tonight we'll have to contain that Cole Stetson-Levitch, who is having a super season thus far here for the Vikes, and he will be one big factor in tonight's ball game. Cole also an excellent student here at Williams Valley, an A+ student, and so he's smart both on the field and off. Trojans are ready to make their entrance on the ball field now, as we're just moments away from the opening coin toss, and we'll get this ball game underway. A lot of excitement about a game like this, of course, particularly because of the rivalry. So here comes your UDA Trojans.
At this time, we ask that you all please rise.
Savage, Miller, Smith, and Robbie Bueller, the co-captains for the Trojans out there tonight. 62 is Fry, and 13 Stetson-Levitch, and 29 is Fry. We're discussing the coin toss, and it looks as though, well, we haven't had the toss yet. Ref's out there trying to borrow a quarter from someone. Here we go. It is, I think, let's see. Looks as though from here that the Vikings have won the toss. Indeed they have. And they will receive. So the Vikes have won the toss, and the Trojans will defend the west goal here at the ballpark. And we'll have that opening kickoff here coming up in just a moment. And Fry back to receive this opening kick now. Jim Savage has it teed up, so he's going to be the kicker tonight. And we're about ready to go with the opening kick of tonight's ball game. Good crowd on here, as you might expect. There are some other good football games in the area tonight over at Tri-Valley, as well as Line Mountain hosting Halifax. But tonight, let's see what we can do here. Let's see if Jim can get a good kickoff and keep them deep. Here we go. Ball's going to go over to the far side over there, where it's going to be picked up by Hernandez, and then he's going to step out of bounds at around the 15 or so. Looks like at the 15-yard line or 14, something like that. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Williams Valley on their own 14-yard line. Just shy of the 15-yard line, it rests. So 1st and 10 Vikings. Levitch will be the quarterback on the first play. He's got it. Races around the side, pitches it out over there. He's going to be tripped up. Nate Miller. I missed whoever did it. Savage, they said, come in. And Joel Miller making the stop for UD. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10. No gain on that play. 2nd down 10. Says this time we'll keep it rolling over this way. Fires a pass down this, or incomplete. intended for Sechrist and a little bit low, and Sechrist could not hang on to that one. So it'll be 3rd down and 10 coming up for the Vikings. 67 in the middle of that line for UD. Along with Bueller. Robbie went off with a knee problem last week, but he seems to be doing okay so far tonight. Big 3rd and 10 play here now for the Vikings. Sesnilevich will roll right. Pass over this way. It is complete over here for number 5, and he's off to the races. That is that Hernandez. Lucas has a shot at him if he can cut him off over there, and he will throw him down, but a big gain by Hernandez on a fine pass from Sesnilevich to Hernandez, and that takes the ball all the way down to the UD 15. So on a big 3rd and 10, the Trojans get stung on that fine pass to from Sesnilevich to Hernandez, and good race that time. Fortunately, won at the 15-yard line by that Jared Lucas. So it's 1st down 15 now. Ball just shy of the UDA 15-yard line. First and 10 from the 15. Sesnilevich hands this one off. Coming around his side is Sechrist, and he is good, or Undercuffler rather. And Cummins coming up with a stop that time. After a gain of 2, it'll be 2nd down and 8. 2nd down and 8 from the 13-yard line for Williams Valley. Says hands this off up. No, wait a minute. A pass. Touchdown. Oh, I'm sorry I missed it, folks, but says fake me out. Pass over there to number 20 something or other. Missed that one. But it is 6-0. We've played 1 minute and 52 seconds. 1 minute and 48 seconds. And the Vikings will go for an extra point. They're going to attempt to kick the extra point. Undercuffler will be doing the kicking. Snap is low and muffed. Picked up over there by a Vike, and it'll throw it into the end zone complete for a 2-point conversion. So at the 10-minute, or 10 minutes, 12 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. It's 8-0 Williams Valley. Savage, number 3, Kevin Motter, number 8, back to receive the kick for UDA. And number 36 will be doing the kicking for the Vikings. Undercuffler. He has her teed up here now. And here's his kick. It's going to be a little number. They're not going to let somebody run it back. And 44 Joel Miller has it. And he is going to be thrown down back at around the 30-yard line. They'll probably give him a little bit of for possession, maybe. I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to mark it ahead here to, well, I think the 30-yard line after they get through fiddling around with it here. But anyway, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans at the 33. 32, make it. 33 or 33, take your choice. Trojans go with 3 sets in the backfield. They're going to go from the shotgun formation for Faust. Faust has the snap, hands it off here to Savage. Savage tries to cut it up this side, and he's going to be tackled at about the line of scrimmage. Not much on that one. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. The Trojans going for a 2nd and 10 now. Trojans had held the Vikings when they had their first possession down there up until the 3rd down there, which was the big play in that first opening series for the Vikes. So let's see if the Trojans can get something on here. Now they put 1 man set in the backfield this time for UDA. He's got the football. Plunges ahead. Here goes Zach the Ripper Smelts for about 2. Out to the 34. Bender making the stop along with Campbell out there. No, it wasn't Smelts. It was Kenny Bam Bam Bats running the ball that time. Bammer will check out as Smelts comes back into the ball game now for UD. Picked up 2. It'll be 2nd down or 3rd down and 8. It'll be Smelts, the lone set in the backfield this time for UD. as Savage will become a flanker on the far side of the field on this 3rd down and 8. We'll stay back a little bit here. Smeltz goes in motion over on the right side. And timeout, as there is a problem with this play, and we'll find out what here in a moment. Illegal procedure called against UDA. Puts the ball back to the 28-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 13 now for the Trojans. So the same play will, if it was going to work that time, it will probably work this time. Motter will flank out on the near side of the field, and this time Jimmy Savage will join him on the near side of the field on this 3rd down and 8. Again, motion goes over to the right side. Faust rolling over the right side of the pass. Fires one down the far side over there. It is incomplete. Intended for Lucas. He says for Hassinger. Looks like Jared Lucas to me. But anyway, it'll bring up a 4th down now. And UD will be punting the ball from back around their own. Let's see. He'll step up to about the 20-yard line. Henninger will punt this ball away for UDA. See if he gets a good snap off here. Excellent snap. Here's the punt. Nice high punt this time. And it's going to come down here and bound around at about the 40-yard line, where Kinch will down it for UD. And it's 1st and 10 now for Williams Valley. The ball will be spotted at the Williams Valley 39. For UD is at Barter. He has played some good football this year for his Trojan teammates. Says on a 1st and 10 from the 39. Hands it to 34 here, Sechrist, and he'll dive ahead for a couple of yards, picking up about 4 or so. Barter making the stop in there. Cummins along, Miller also in on the stop for UD. Picked up 4, be 2nd down 6. On a 2nd and 6. Vikes with that split backfield. Senzelevich says 24 in motion. Sechrist has it again, and Sechrist bursts up the middle. Ball came loose, and the ball should have been recovered by UD, but did they? I think so. Yeah, they did. The Trojans pick it up, as I think it's Jared Lucas fell on that one for UDA. And so the Trojans get the first break of the ball game. Now let's see if we can do anything with it offensively, as they have the ball on the 41-yard line of Upper Dauphin, 1st and 10. So big break there for UD, as Sechrist had some good yardage up the middle and then finally coughed it up, and Jared Lucas there alertly falling on it for Upper Dauphin. Now here we go again, as we'll spread them out on the near side of the field, and it's 1st and 10 from the 41. Faust will hand this one off. Up the middle with it goes Zach the Ripper Smeltz, I think it is. We'll see. Or is it Batts? No, it's Kenny Batts. And then that Bammer gets about 3 or so, about 4, 2nd and 6. Ball's almost on the UD 45-yard line. Boy, it would be really nice to see the Trojans take this one all the way. So let's see what we can do with it now. Same formation now, as they put Lucas out here. And Savage from the shotgun. Up the middle with it goes Faust, and he is hit out here as coming up to make the stop is number 34, Sechrist. Not much, but boy, that ball, that looked like it had a shot at some good yardage that time, and then Sechrist come up and cut him off pretty quickly, but pretty good call. I like that call that time, but not a whole lot on it. Picking up a yard, in fact. It'll be 3rd down and 5. 3rd and 5. Hassinger and Lucas, flankers on the far side of the field. Motter on the near side of the field. Backs are split in the backfield. Here's Lucas firing one over there. It is complete, and Hassinger's got it. He has the 1st down, I believe, as he fell forward. A good effort that time by Bo Hassinger after making that catch. And it is a 1st down for the Trojans. So they gain their first down at the Viking 48-yard line. 1st and 10 UD. Good catch that time by that Bo Hassinger, and a good effort after he made the catch. Again, they go with a single set. Savage in the backfield for UD. Handoff is to Jim Savage. Jim trying to pick his way around the right side. He's going to be held up and rode down after maybe a gain of a yard or so. Not too much on that one. It'll be second down and 9. Ball at the 47-yard line of Williams Valley on a second down 9 play. Faust looking to throw. Dumps one over the middle. It is complete, I believe, to Jared Lucas. And man, was he covered. Hernandez all over him. But Lucas able to make the catch, and yet another first down for UD. So a good grab that time on a good pass to Jared Lucas, and Lucas making the catch out there very nicely. Boy, Jared, if you recall last week's ball game, stretched out and made a catch. That time he had to dive down and around his ankles to pick that one off, but he was successful. Into the ball game at quarterback now comes Buffington. Buffington into the ball game for UD. This is first time I think that he's seen varsity play this year. Up the middle with it goes number 34, was it? Yeah, that's Zach the Ripper Smelts. Picking up about 6 on the play. It'll be second down and 4.
Gain of 5, second and 5.
Zach the Knife Buffington in at quarterback. He'll send Savage on the near side and set up as the only running back in there. That's Zach Smelts. Buffington hands it to Smelts. Smelts up the middle with a Smelts all the way down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. Nice run by Zach Smelts that time. That sophomore picking him up and laying him down. Yet another first down for the Trojans. So the ball now resting at the 22-yard line of Williams Valley. Smith checks into the ball game. Smelts out of there for UD. They'll set up Jimmy Savage as the single set in the backfield this time for Upper Dauphin. Zach Buffington looking him over. Handoff to Savage. Savage cuts it down the middle, picks up some good yardage down to the 14-yard line. Bender and Archer making the stop in there as Jimmy Savage drives it ahead for about 6. It'll be second down and 4. The Trojans moving the ball at the moment for sure down to the 16-yard line of Williams Valley. Zach Buffington looking him over. Hands this one to Savage. Savage over the left side, and he's going to get about 2 to the 14. It'll bring up a third down and a long 2. Third down 2 coming up for UD.
Ball spotted at the 14.
Smelts back in there for Upper Dauphin. He'll be lined up as a fullback, or perhaps the only running back. We'll see. No, he'll line up at a fullback position this time, with the running back being Jimmy Savage behind him. 3rd and 2 from the Williams Valley 14. Savage cuts it upfield, and he may have gotten enough. He'll get close. It's going to be close. We'll see what they say. It's going to be 4th down, I believe, or the referee's looking it over closely. He's going to have to measure this one. Timeout for a measurement. It will be pretty close.
Come one, come all to the 5th annual Viking Run is scheduled for Saturday.
It is a first down for UDA. Ball at the 12-yard line of Williams Valley. 1st and 10, Upper Dauphin from the Williams Valley 12. Miller will check out. Chris Smith in there for UD. And now checking into the ball game for Upper Dauphin, number 8, Kevin Motter. As Zach Buffington.
1st and 10 for the Trojans.
12 yards out of pay dirt here. Buffington hands this one off to Savage. Savage around the right side. Jim, let's see, still on his feet, but he's going to be driven out of bounds over there after a gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Actually picked up 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Ball at the Williams Valley 8. Again, they'll line up with the I formation in the backfield, from which Smelts may go in motion either left or right. We'll see. Nope. Buffington pitching it back here for Savage. Savage down to the 5. 5 and
A lot of Vikings.
maybe the 6.
Nate Miller, Seacrest, Bender. Ball be spotted.
Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 3rd and just about 4. 3rd and 3, I guess. Ball down around the 5-yard line this time. So let's see if we can get one in here now. Big 3rd down play coming up here. We'll have 2 shots at it. Motion to the right goes Savage, and he is going to be in trouble back here unless he can get away. Nope, driven way back as number 29 will throw him back for a big loss back to the 15-yard line. And that will bring up a 4th and 12 now. So the Trojans kind of come up with a bad one that time as they tried to run Jimmy wide right, and he was cut off nicely in there by Williams Valley. Number 29 coming up making a big stop, and that ended the first quarter. So the first quarter of play here, which is running very quickly, ends with a score of Williams Valley 8 and the UDA Trojans nothing. And the Trojans with a big 4th down play looking at them now. 4th and 13 from the 15-yard line, something like that. Is that Brian Faust may have suffered a broken collarbone on that hit he took out here that few plays ago. And so we wish the very best for Brian as he has apparently suffered that injury. And we are looking for Buffington, who is a sophomore, to mature here very quickly now as he's thrown into a big ball game here at Williams Valley. And so far so good. So big 4th down play coming up now for the Trojans.
Ball to 15.
On a 4th down, 15 play. Buffington will go from the shotgun this time. He gets a good snap. He's throwing, fires it over the middle. It is going to be intercepted in the end zone by Archer, and Archer taking it out here to about the 13-yard line where he is going to be tackled, and they will put it in play right there. So the Trojans turn it over on the interception here now, and so the Vikings will take over on the 13-yard line of Williams Valley. So a tough series there as UD seemed to have it going for a while there, and then had to come up with a big play, and unfortunately it was picked off in the end zone. Very hard pass at Buffington. Really fires that ball, but this time it was unfortunately a Viking jersey that was there to pick it off. So Cole Sesnalevich will start it out at his own 13-yard line. Handoff is to Seacrest, or no, it's not. It faked me out again. It's Nate Miller. He's thrown out of bounds.
Number 8.
Motter over here pushing him out of bounds. A lot of emotion in this ball game. You can see that starting already. And so see these fellows looking at each other or whatever. A gain of about 7 on the play, or nearly 7 anyway. It'll be 2nd down and a long 3. Down and 3. From the 20-yard line go the Vikings this time.
Seacrest.
Up the middle with it goes Seacrest, and
70 and 32.
it's going to be Bueller and Barter making the stop out there for UD.
Ball spotted just shot.
It's going to be short of the 25-yard line, and looks like probably a 1st down, but they will measure. It proved to be a 1st down for Williams Valley Vikings, so they have it just shy of their own 25-yard line. We'll have to call it to 24. 1st and 10. Sesnalevich will keep it, looking to throw one. Fires one down the right side, incomplete. Intended for Seacrest over there, but goes as an incompletion. And it will bring up a 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10 for the Vikes. They've got everybody in tight, just one flanker on the far side of the field this time for Williams Valley. In motion goes 36. Handoff over here to Seacrest. He'll follow, or number 24 Miller rather, and he'll follow some blocking out here over the 30-yard line, where he is stopped out there by
In the arms of number
59, Grave.
Kyle Gray.
Also, Bo Hassinger in there helping out on the stop. Picked up 6, 3rd down 4 coming up now. Ball is at the 31-yard line of Williams Valley. Trojans got a hold of here now, trailing just by 8-0. See if we can't stop them and get that ball back. They split the backs in the backfield behind Sesnalevich. In motion goes 36. Handoff is over there to that Sechrist again, and he'll bring it out to the 35-yard line, or near the 35, when he's stopped in there by Jimmy Savage. But is it enough for the first down? It sure looks like it. They may have to measure this one too. It's awfully close. There's been some close measurements tonight, but this looks like a first down also. And it is a first down for the Vikings. Ball at the 34-yard line of Williams Valley. Got 10:13 left here in the first half. Trojans trailing 8-0. And the Vikings with a 1st and 10. 1st and 10, Williams Valley. They bunch it up tight in there on this offensive formation. And quarterback wants to throw. Fires it downfield. It is intercepted. This time it's going to be Kevin Motter bringing it back for UDA. And he'll be thrown out of bounds over here at the 48 or so, or 38-yard line, something like that. So a big interception there by Kevin Motter. Coming up with the ball for UD as he'll check out now. Kinch coming into the ball game for UD. And Zach Buffington, who we hope the best for tonight. See if Zach can generate some O out here. 1st and 10 at the Viking 39-yard line. So by golly, got a chance here now. Zach Speltz lines up as the fullback. Jimmy Savage behind him. Hole up the middle, goes Savage with it, and Jimmy will cut it to the outside and then spin down to the 35-yard line. Archer tripping him up out here, but nice run by Jim that time, picking up 5. Will be 2nd down and 5. Just got him by the foot that time. Lucas will check out of the ball game, I think. Yeah. Field and Buffington's going to call timeout. Well, maybe we do. We'll count them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only see 10, but maybe there's one here that I can't see. I don't know. Okay, the Trojans have spent the timeout now as they get set to put the ball in play. 1st and 10 on the, or 2nd down rather, 2nd and about 6 actually. Ball is just resting about the 35-yard line. Zach Buffington will send Motter in motion over on the left side. Buffington looking to throw one. Fakes it once. Fires one over there. He's out. There is Motter. And Motter picks his way up the middle and gets down to the 20-yard line. Or rather 30-yard line. Zach, I'll tell you, Zach can throw that darn football. And a nice pass that time to Kevin Motter. And it'll be 3rd down and 1. Gain of about 5 on the play. Or 4, anyway, 3rd and 1. Jimmy Savage will be the lone set back in the backfield this time on a 3rd down and 1. Zach Buffington sends Motter in motion over to the near side of the field this time. And the handoff is to Savage, and he cannot get the first down as coming in there is 29, making the hit for the Vikings. And I'll bring up a loss of a yard, 4th down and a long yard. Okay, looking at a 4th and 1 now. They'll line up Smeltz, and the handoff is to Jim Savage, and Jim dives ahead for the first down as he got about a yard or 2 out of that. We needed 1, so that'll get the first down for UDA, and that's the important play on the important part of that play. And so UD will reset it now at 1st and 10. It'll be at the 28-yard line. Trojans have got to get in here and get a score. Motter checking back in there along with Smith as Miller and Smeltz check out for UD. Buffington will go from the shotgun formation this time, so we'll stay back and see if we can see some patterns or whatever here. Good snap. Zach looking to throw. Fires one down the far side. It's overthrown and out of bounds it goes. Lucas, the intended receiver, but over everybody, and bring up a 2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 10. This time they'll just leave Smeltz in the backfield. Flanking out Savage on the far side, along with Hassinger. Smeltz up the middle with it for about a yard. He is going to be stopped almost immediately as Bender comes up and knocks the ripper down that time before he could rip one. And there's no gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 10 now as UD needs to pick up a big 3rd down play here. They split the backs this time on a 3rd down. No, they don't. That's Buffington back there, side of Savage. Good snap. And pass down the far side. It is going to be intercepted. Number 24 picks it off. It intended out there for Kevin Motter, but Bender, I think you said, picked it off. And so the Vikings take over again as the teams trade and exchange turnovers here now. So with 6:22 remaining here in the first half, the Vikings have the ball 1st and 10 on their own. Let's see. It looks like about the 3. Sesnelevich and the Vikings on their own 3-yard line. Up the middle with it goes Says. He'll try to sneak it ahead to get a little running room, and does so out over the 5 to maybe the 7-yard line. Now we've got some little bit of pushing going on out here. Savage and 62. It'll be 2nd down and 6. This game will get weird, folks, I think. We'll see. We'll see. But as long as we can stay cool and get some points on the board, we'll be all right. Ball's out at about the 7-yard line. I guess again, this field here, like a lot of fields today, marked with the lines from soccer. And so gets a little indistinguishable at times. But nevertheless, Sesselevich this time hands it off to 24, coming around this side. Miller with it. And he's going to run into Lucas out here, along with Barter and Motter. But 1st down, picked up on the play, moves the ball out to the 16-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Officials starting to talk to the fellas after each play now, as there's always a little bit of extracurricular stuff going on.
No gain, 2nd and 10.
Bring up a 2nd down and 10. Says still has it. He's rolling right. He is going to be tackled this time, as coming in there to get him number 82, Henninger rather. A good stop, dropping Cole Sesselevich all the way back to around the 6-yard line. So a big play that time by Henninger. It'll bring up a 3rd down and about 20. And timeout called by the Vikings now. 54 seconds remaining here in the first half. It's 8-0 Williams Valley. Timeout is over. They're looking at a 3rd down and about 20 something, so we'll stay back here in the event that they would like to throw this one. Sesselevich drops straight back, looking to throw, firing one down the right side. Man is out here. It is caught. Now, can you believe that? Can you believe that? Kevin Motter on the defense, number 20, with a great reception for the Williams Valley Vikings to get them really out of trouble. So an excellent pass by Sesselevich. Hit the young fellow in stride out there and just had UD beat by about a yard or 2. An excellent throw. You got to give him all kinds of credit on that one. Ball's at the 47-yard line. So what looked like might have been the Trojans able to get the ball back now. Williams Valley again in command at their own 47-yard line, playing almost right out in front of us here. And Says puts you back over here for Nate Miller. Nate Miller around the left side to the 33-yard line. as Motter will push him out of bounds there, but Nate Miller with a fine run down to the Williams Valley 34-yard line. Another big first down for the Vikings. First and 10, Vikes. From the Trojan 35. He wants to throw, fires one downfield. Man is out there. It is incomplete. Oh, man, he was there. And the ball was there, but wow, just could not quite grab that one. And so it'll bring up a second down and 10. Heck of a throw that time by that Cole Sesnalevich. And 10 from the 35. This time it's going to be Sechrist up the middle down to the 25 to the 24-yard line. Hassinger tripping him up out there, says announcer Miller. First down at the 23-yard line. They'll spot it. First and 10, Vikings. So forth remaining here in the first half. Trojan's going to try to keep these guys off the scoreboard if we can. First and 10, Williams Valley. Pitch back over here for that 36. He'll go around the right side and take it inside the 15. Hassinger and the Bammer Bats making the stop on him that time. Gain of 8 or 9 on the play. Second down and 1 for Williams Valley. Play stopped the clock with 2:31 left here in the first half. Ball at about the 14-yard line, something like that. Here comes Sechrist with it this time, but he's not going to get much out of that one as Robbie Bueller on the bottom of that pile. So good stop. Maybe half a yard on the play. It'll be third down and 1. Third and about half a yard for the Vikes. Clock set in motion, 2 minutes and 5 seconds, and we're going to be down inside of 2 minutes before they get this play off. Says, still has it, throws one over this side. It is complete, and Undercuffler is tackled out here by Kevin Motter at about the 12 or 11-yard line. It's a first down for the Vikings on the Trojan 11-yard line, or 12, something like that. Minute and a half remaining here in the first half. Sesnalevich hands it off. Over this side goes Miller, and Miller will drive it down to about the 5 or so. Grafe and Hassinger making the stop out there, but bring up a 2nd and 4. The ball is down to the 5-yard line of Upper Dauphin. So it'd be great to see the Trojans keep them out here if we could. And we'll see. 48 seconds, 47, 46. This is going to be Sechrist in for the touchdown. The Trojans were unable to stop that drive, which began on the Viking 3-yard line, was it, or 5, something like that? I think a heck of about a 97-yard drive or something like that for the Vikings. And it ends with a 5-yard touchdown run by Sechrist, making the score 14-0, and the Vikes will try to kick this one. They tried to kick the last one. The snap was bad, so they threw it in. Well, let's see what they can do with this one. Weissman's down, kick is up. The kick is no good from here. No good that time. So the score remains the Williams Valley Vikings 14 and the UDA Trojans 0. 0.1 seconds remaining here in the first half of play. The Trojans trailing now 14-0. Vikings on top. Has it teed up here for the Vikings, now getting ready to kick off here. The ball blew off the tee, or fell off the tee, so they're going to do it again. It'll be Savage standing back at the 20-yard line along with Kevin Motter to receive this kick. And here it comes. And there it goes. Little bounding kick picked up over here by Joel Miller. And Joel Miller will reverse it. And Joel Miller takes off upfield. And then he's going to be tackled at about the 48-yard line. Hernandez making the stop along with Undercuffler out there for Williams Valley. Pretty good run back there by Joel Miller that time. And the Trojans will put it in play on the Upper Dauphin 48. It'll be Zach Buffington, of course, at the quarterback spot from here on out, more likely. 29 seconds, 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Savage will come in motion over this way. Back to pass goes Buffington. Dumps one over the middle. It is high and incomplete. Intended out there for Kevin Motter. But Undercuffler defending on the play. Stops the clock. It's 25 seconds remaining. Trojan timeout is over. So with 25 seconds remaining, I think UD might have one more timeout. I'm not sure. They'll go with Savage coming in motion over the near side. They'll throw it on the far side, however, and complete out there. Whoops, and slipping out of bounds before he could really make a cut up field is number 23, Chris Smith. No, it wasn't. No, he didn't complete it. Here it looked as though Chris might have had that, but no go, say the officials. And so the clock is stopped with 21 seconds remaining here in the first half. And the UD looking now at a 3rd down and 10. So again, they'll spread them out here and we'll stay back. To throw. Firing one this side. It is going to be nearly intercepted. Boy, stepping up there is Adam Miller. And boy, he would have been off to the races had he been able to pick that one off. Wow. There was nothing but grass ahead of him that time. So they'll bring up a 4th down play. But boy, the Trojans dodged a bullet there. Wow. Trojans are going to get a little more conservative here at the end of this half, I think, as they have their running backs in there, and they're going to give it to Savage. Savage will try to go around the right side, but he is going to be thrown down as Undercuffler comes up and makes a stop on him, and that'll do it as the first half will come to an end on that play. We're down to 10 seconds. Or no, it won't. The Vikings will have it 1st and 10. Sorry about that. The Vikes will get a chance to throw one. The ball will be at the 44-yard line of UDA. And they get the ball back. Maybe they'll even throw 2. 10 seconds remaining, and the Vikes are going to call timeout. Study this, and we'll be right back. Okay, well, now we'll see what the Vikes can do in 10 seconds. They have 10.2 seconds for all you purists out there who want to know the exact amount of time. 10.2 seconds remaining here. Ball at the 39 or 44-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Sesnelevich still has it. He wants to throw. And he's going to get hit this time as he is racked up out there by number 58, Noel rather. And Noel makes the stop on him back at the 49-yard line of Williams Valley. Loss of 6 on the play, 2nd and 16. Timeout called again by the Vikings, I guess it is. There is 1.8 seconds left, so we'll definitely stay back this time, because if this isn't a passing play, I'll eat my hat. And I just got this hat. I don't want to eat it. Okay. Says we'll hand this off, and away goes my hat. Here's Miller around the left side to the 40, to the 35, still on his feet. Oh, makes a great move. Another good move. Is still on his feet and gets all the way down to the 13-yard line. A heck of a run by Nate Miller, where Jared Lucas finally hit him. But boy, Nate Miller with a fine run that time, and you got to give the young fella credit. Wow, a lot of deking and going on out there, and gee whiz. All right, well, he scared the heck out of us, and the score remains 14-0 at the halftime. So we'll be back with the second half in just a moment. The teams are back on the field now as we get set to go with the second half here at Williams Valley. And to begin the second half of play, the Trojans will receive the football. Okay, ready to go here as the kickoff for the second half. About to get underway, and here it comes. Going to be kicked over there and taken by Motter at the 18. Kevin Motter with a good run. Kevin all the way out across the 45 to the 46. A nice run back by that young Kevin Motter there. Bringing the ball out to the 47-yard line where the Trojans will put it at play in excellent field position. Remember, too, now that Zach Buffington will be the quarterback for UD. As we do know now that Brian Faust is injured and out of action for a while, perhaps. So, again, wish him the best. Handoff is to Jimmy Savage. Jimmy Savage will dive ahead to the midfield stripe, picking up 4 yards on a play. It'll be second down and 6. Second down and 6. Ball resting right on the 50-yard line here at Williams Valley. From the I formation go the Trojans once again. And this time they're going to throw one. Fired one over the far side. Man is out there. It's complete. And down the sideline goes Savage. And Savage will be tripped up at the 15-yard line. At the 15, he gets tripped up out there. And a fine pass from Buffington to Jim Savage. And a nice play that time gets the Trojans again where they look like they might be able to score. As you can see, Bo would like to get these guys fired up now and get a score out of this. First and 10 on the 15-yard line of the Williams Valley Vikings right off the bat. There he got the ball deep, so let's get something out of this. Buffington hands it off to Savage, and Savage is going to be hit in the backfield. Loss of 3 or 4 on the play. It'll be second down and 14. The 3 on the last play. It'll be second down and 13. Ball moved back to the 18-yard line now. Smeltz, the only running back. He's got the call, and he'll get nowhere as maybe he's got a yard. No gain on the play. Third down coming up.
Third and 13.
Third and 13. We'll keep it spread back here this time and see what we can do on this third down play. To throw. Fires one down there. It is going to be picked off. And so the Trojan offensive woes continue as it is picked off out here by Nate Miller and brought out to the 18-yard line where Williams Valley will put it in play first and 10. 18-yard line, that's where the Vikes will start it in play here. First and 10. First time they've had the ball here in the second half. And the pitch is back over here for Nate Miller. Nate gets a block out here and is going to be run out of bounds. And a flag will be thrown on the play as he's bumped out of there by Savage and Hassinger. And they'll tack a few more onto this one, I do believe. The ball to the 47-yard line of Williams Valley. And the Vikings will put it in play there, first and 10. First personal foul penalty that we've had called in the ball game. Let's hope it will be also the last, but the first one there. So, first and 10 from the 47. This is going to be Sechrist down to the midfield stripe. Stopped out there by 77 Mattern and Kevin Motter making the stop in there for UD. Gain of 3 on the play, second down 7. On a second down and 7 play now from the Trojan 49-yard line. He wants to throw, fires one down the right side, incomplete. Intended for Motter out there, but goes as an incompletion. And we'll bring up a third down and 7.
Motter on the defense as well.
Third down and 7 now for Williams Valley. They'll split the backs in the backfield. Says hands this off, and this is going to be pitched back over here for Nate Miller. That same play, and it's good results once again as Motter will knock him out of bounds. But at the 33-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Vikings. First and 10 for the Vikes on a 33-yard line of Upper Dauphin. .38-6 got this one, and Undercuffler will squirt through there for a couple of yards inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Chris Smith and Robbie Bueller making a stop in there for UD. Gain of 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 5. On a 2nd down 5 play now. The ball at the 28-yard line of Upper Dauphin. This is going to be a pass. Fires it down this way. It is complete on a quick hitter to Adam Miller. Adam is tackled by Lucas down there at the Trojan 12. But it'll be another 1st down for the Vikings. 1st and 10, Williams Valley on the Upper Dauphin 12. Seacrest
1st and 10
in the backfield behind Sesnilevich. He has the handoff. No, the pitch is back over here for Miller, and Nate Miller will be driven out of bounds this time as Joel Miller comes up and knocks him out of there. Not much on that, maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. 2nd down and 9 from around the 11. So the Vikings can get a 1st down without a touchdown. Here is Says rolling right, fires one in the end zone. It is complete for a touchdown. They say he caught that football. Wow. Wow. Heck of a catch. It is now 20-0. But boy, oh boy. That was one heck of a catch there. If he caught it without it hitting the ground. I don't think the kid even thought he caught it, but the referee was, or the official was standing there and ruled he did. So here's the PAT attempt coming up here now. As the Vikings strike on their first possession. Trojans had it on a 1st and 10 at the Viking 15, could do nothing. The Vikings pick it up and come right back and get themselves 6 because the extra point is no good. So it's 20-0 now, and UD will get another crack at it. See if they can crack that Viking defense here coming up in just a moment. 6 minutes, 31 seconds remaining in the 3rd. 20-0 Williams Valley. I think it is that has it teed up here. And here's the kick. It's going to go deep. And in fact, be taken down here at the 12-yard line by Jimmy Savage. And Jimmy will chart it upfield and be tackled out at the 25-yard line, where it'll be put in play by UDA. 1st and 10. Well, again, the Trojans now with an opportunity to get on the board. They'll have Jimmy Savage as a single set in the backfield, this time behind Zach Buffington. They'll pitch it back here for Jimmy, and Jimmy is going to try to turn the corner and cannot, as he is tackled by number 62 for a loss back to the 20-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 15. 2nd and 15 now. Smeltz goes in at the fullback spot here for UD on this 2nd and 15 play. It's going to be Buffington to throw. Fires one downfield over here. It is complete to Jared Lucas. A nice catch made by Jared Lucas for the 1st down on the play. About a 17-yard pass play. So 1st and 10 UD. Nice catch that time by Jared Lucas. Get it near Jared. He'll catch it for you. And he did that time. The ball spotted at the 36-yard line of UDA. 1st and 10. Oh, there's a big play for the Trojans, and a nice pass that time from Buffington to Lucas. 1st and 10 from the UD 35, 36. In motion this way comes Smeltz. And Buffington to throw. Has some time. Tips one or fires one over this way, but it is tipped up in around the line of scrimmage. I think 54 here might have gotten a hand on that one. And knocked it out of there. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. 2nd and 10. Check out of the ball game, which leaves Smeltz in there as the single running back for UD. Behind Zach Buffington. Zach's got it, tries to go up the middle with it, and still on his feet, but then he's going to be hammered as a big hit out there made by Archer, number 11, on Zach Buffington. And the Vikings now really putting their stuff together here and making some tough hits out there. As Zach the Ripper is stopped after getting a long 2. It'll be 3rd down and a very long 7, almost 8. Kinch in there, number 54, at a line position over here for UD. Again, Smeltz the only set in the backfield. 3 flankers out on the far side. Smeltz will go in motion over on the left side. Back to pass goes Buffington. Has a little time. Fires one downfield. It is going to be caught by Lucas again. Did he say they caught it? Yes, he did. It is caught by Lucas for a 1st down. They say he caught it. Wow, a little questionable there too. I'm not sure that Jared had that one, but they gave it to him, and we'll take it. It's at the 48-yard line of UD. Another 1st down for the Trojans. 3:58 left here in the 3rd quarter. Savage back in there as the running back for UD. They'll spread him out on the near side of the field on this 1st and 10 from the UDA 48-yard line. Pass over the far side, complete to number 23, Chris Smith. And that's good for a couple of yards, not too much. Well, about 5 actually. That'll be 2nd down and 5. A 2nd and 5 from Jimmy Savage in the backfield. Jim's got it. Picks his way over the left side. Still on his feet. Bounces away from a couple of would-be tacklers. Goes down the sideline and then bumped out of there. Probably the best run of the evening for Jimbo as he gets it down to near the 30-yard line of Williams Valley, where it'll be another 1st down. So Trojans can move it down this way, but then when it gets down to close to pay dirt, something happens. So let's see if we can prevent that from happening, whatever it is. 1st and 10. The ball will be spotted at the 31-yard line of Williams Valley. Again with Savage as the single set in the backfield. In motion over this way comes Motter. Buffington handing it to Savage. Savage trying to pick his way up the middle. Nothing there. No hole. And maybe to the line of scrimmage, and that was it. And Jim getting up very, very slowly, and timeout is going to be called now as Jimbo is down. Timeout. Went off on his own power, and so that's a good sign. Now, Jim, I think he may be back. It's hard to tell the extent of his injuries. He's being administered to over there by the able hands of that Mike Wirtz. Here's a pass. Fires it over this way. It's going to be picked off, and this is going to go all the way this time. Number 5 will go all the way. So, yet another interception for the Williams Valley Vikings. This one is successful. They had one before that the kid almost picked off one of the Williams Valley Vikings and had nothing but grass, as I had mentioned earlier. But this time he does pick it off and goes all the way with it to make it a 26-0 score. And an extra point try coming up here for the Vikings. The Vikings are going to go for 2 to seal this one up, I guess they think. I'm not sure what, but anyway, they're going to try for 2. And here's the 2-point conversion play. Pushing it back over here for 36, and Undercover's not going to make it. as he is ridden out of bounds on the far side by Lucas. So the score mounting here now as it is 26-0 Williams Valley with 2:59 left here in the third quarter.
Entire community. Participants can walk, jog.
The Vikes have it teed up again. Lucas and Motter back to receive the kick for the Trojans, and this one's going to come back here where it'll be Hassinger rather, and Hassinger spinning around the left side over there, still on his feet, and then he's going to be bounced out of bounds as Miller and Smeltz come up to knock him off, I guess, for the Vikings. At any rate, pretty good run back by that Beauregard that time. And again, the Trojans with some good field position. The ball spotted at their own 39-yard line. So the Trojans take over 1st and 10. Now Matt Loesch, junior varsity QB, one of them, in there to set it up here now as the Trojans try. See if we can generate some offense. Here's his Bammer Bats, I think, in there. Smeltz rather, and Smeltz spins it around the right side. Smeltz gets some running room, still on his feet out here to the 45-yard line. Nice run there by the Zach the Ripper that time. And got some good yardage out of that, did Zach. To the 45-yard line of Williams Valley, 1st and 10. Smeltz in the backfield, the only single set behind Matt Loesch. Whoops, ball came loose that time. Loesch has got it, and he is going to be tackled. But that time, Matt kind of juggled the snap that time, and fortunately, he was able to at least keep the ball without giving it up, and the ball goes back to the 50-yard line, and it'll be 2nd and 15. Now they'll try it this time. And this time it's Smeltz again, and Smeltz dives to the 43-yard line. Seacrest making a stop out there along with Archer for the Vikings. Gain of about 6 or 7 on the play that time, be 3rd and 9. Third down and 9. We'll stay back here and see if Matt Loesch decides to throw one here. Nope, it's going to be Smeltz again, and no, it's not. It's going to be Loesch. Loesch has it, and he just could not quite get away as he kept that ball that time, faked me out, and the announcer here, Jim Miller, will bring up a 4th and 2. So Trojans might as well go for it. They have nothing to lose. Go for it. What the heck?
4th and 2.
Fourth and 2. Again with Smeltz. He'll go in motion this time. Loesch will roll right, looking to throw. Fires one down this way. It is incomplete. Intended for, oh my goodness, intended for Lucas. And I believe they're going to rule he had it. I don't have it on tape, but gosh, it looked from here like Jared might have been out of bounds. In fact, there's a flag on the play. There is a flag on the play. Illegal motion called against UD. So this one's going to be coming back, one would assume. But they said that they made the catch, and but the motion penalty will bring the ball back anyway. Back to the 43-yard line, where it'll be 4th down and 7. So we'll see what we come up with here on a 4th down 7 play. Fourth and 7. Loesch has it, and he's going to keep it, and he is going to try to run it up the middle, but he's going to be stopped. And so the Vikings will take over at about the 42 or 43-yard line of the Vikings. For the Vikings on their own 40-yard line. Around the right side goes Undercuffler, and he's going to be tackled out there as Motter comes up with a good stop. Nice stop that time by Kevin Motter over there for UD. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And that ended the 3rd period right there. So at the end of 3, the Vikings
in command, 26-0.
Okay, ready to start the fourth period here at Williams Valley. And the Vikings have the ball. Second down and 8. Ball will be at the 42-yard line of Williams Valley. 2nd and 8. Sesnelevich remains in there at the quarterback spot. In fact, the full varsity starting squad in there for Williams Valley. And the handoff is over here to Undercuffler, and Undercuffler around this side, and he is going to be thrown out of bounds. And then Undercuffler will come back and have a few words to say to Joel Miller. Him and Cummins over there along with the Bammer. And let's see, it'll be spotted at the 49-yard line where it's a first down for the Vikings. 1st and 10, the ball just on the UD side of the 50-yard line, as you can plainly see, I hope. Same formation for the Vikings in the backfield. Sesnelevich wants to throw, rolling right, looking,
Fires one downfield. It is tipped up in the air and incomplete. Defending out there is Jared Lucas, defending on that play for UD. Right back there, stride for stride with the young Viking was that Jared Lucas. So as it goes an incompletion, and will bring up a 2nd down and 10.
Second and 10 from the midfield stripe almost here. He'll throw it again.
Fires one down this way. It is incomplete.
Intended for number 5 out there. And again, Lucas defending on the play for UD. 3rd and 10. This time it's going to be Undercuffler coming around this side, and he breaks it all the way down to the 32-yard line before Kevin Motter can bring him down there for a UD. To the 31-yard line it goes, and there is a flag on the play. Holding is going to be called against Williams Valley. So this one's going to come back. Back to the Viking. Almost the original line of scrimmage will be 3rd down and 10. Sesnelevich this time still has it, getting chased, fires one downfield. It is going to be
Caught. Two of the Trojans kind of ran into each other and allowed Undercuffler to catch the ball. So it's now 32-0. Extra point try coming up. Wow.
Cuffler will try to kick an extra point this time. At least it would appear they will do that. Placement's down. Kick is up. Kick is good from here. It's good.
So it's 32, or 33 rather, to nothing. With 10.5 minutes left here in the ball game.
Crew out here now for UD, and that's a doggone shame. Hunsberger coming into the ball game here for this kick. UD Junior Varsity will get it together on Monday night down at Upper Dauphin, I would imagine. I believe that's the schedule. And again, it looks like it'll be the challenge for the Junior Varsity to gain a little bit of prestige back for these guys, because again, the Trojans here are taking one on the chops. But they'll get yet another opportunity, and they've had plenty of opportunities tonight to come up with a big play and could not do it. And they'll get another whack at it here in just a moment now, as Motter and Hassinger are back to receive this kick. And here comes the aforementioned kick. It's going to be a low bounding kick, picked up here by Motter on the rebound, and he'll be bringing it out here to the 32-yard line. where it'll be put in play by the Trojans on a 1st and 10. Trojans now without the services of their starting quarterback Faust, who went out in the first half. And their running back Jimmy Savage not in the ball game either anymore. Jim injured a couple of plays ago. They put the Wham Bammer Kenny Batts in there behind Loesch this time. Kenny will set up as a single set in the backfield for UDA. Whoa. Nearly missnapped, and Matt Loesch will be tackled back there. But again, the ball came up and kind of rolled up on Matt Loesch's arm and was not handled well, and resulted in him having to run for it. And he is thrown for a 2-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 12. Now is Matt Cummins, the way it looks to me. I believe it is. Yeah, it is Matt. Here comes Kenny Batts with it, and the Bammer gets tripped up a little bit out there as he spins ahead to the 35, 37 yard, 36 yard line. Let's see, about the 36. It'll be 3rd and 7 now for UD. 61 in the lineup there is Mace for UDA. So here with 9 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the final period, Trojans putting in some new faces out there. Some of whom I don't have the pad out for to give you some idea, but I do know some of these guys from junior varsity. Loesch rolling, looking, and he's going to be sacked back there now as he got little or no protection. And Matt is tackled for a loss back to the original line of scrimmage, I think it was. Yeah, so it'll be 4th and 10. And that means that Henninger will come into the ball game to punt this ball away for UDA.
Henninger back to punt. Deep receive.
See if he gets a good snap here. Good snap. Whoops. Well, he got it off anyway. Comes back down this way, and he'll get a UD roll and go all the way down to the 30-yard line, 31-yard line, where Lucas will down it for Upper Dauphin. 1st and 10 for the Vikes on their own 31-yard line. 1st and 10, the Vikings with a new quarterback in there now, number 11. Handoff is come over 36. This is Undercuffler. Undercuffler to the 40, to the 45, to midfield, and then cross midfield, where he's tackled out there by Kevin Motter along with Joel Miller. 1st down, Vikings.
82 and 24. Batts and Henninger.
So play while I change the battery there. The Vikings had picked up 4 yards on the last play. And now the quarterback will hand it off this time to Miller, and Nate Miller tripped up out there by Smith. Making the stop, and the ball will be placed at the 38-yard line, where it'll bring up a 3rd down and 1. Barter in there calling the defensive signals for UDA. A 3rd down and 1 play. Whoa, hold everything here. I think this one's coming back. Penalty makes it a 3rd down and 6 play now. Brings the ball back to the 43-yard line of Upper Dauphin. Quarterback will hand this one off, and oops, no, he did. Undercuffler had it, and it rolls out of bounds as he is tackled over here by Kyle Barter. We'll bring up a 4th down and 4 from the 41-yard line of UD. 4th down and 3. The Vikings, of course, will go for it. Up the middle with it goes Sechrist for more than 3. In fact, it looks like he might be going for 6. No, in fact, he gets tackled here by Lucas again. And boy, I'll tell you what, Jared Lucas has played one heck of a ball game here this evening for UDA in a losing effort. But boy, he has played some good football. Ball is brought down, a runner brought down at the 11-yard line. So it'll be first down for the Vikings, and they'll call timeout. The ball is spotted at the Upper Dauphin 11. Okay, this young Viking squad would like to put 6 on the board here if they can. The middle with it goes the quarterback. Archer drives it down to about the maybe 7-yard line, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe the 8. About the 8. It'll be second down and 8. Cummins remains in there as the nose tackle for UD, right behind the center, more or less. And this time it's going to be pitched back here to Motter, and Motter will go down to the corner. He did not get in. He's down at about the 1. At about the 1-yard line, he got bumped out of there by, look at Hassinger. But it'll be first and goal from the about 2 foot out.
First and goal for about the 1.
First and goal from the 1. He'll sneak it.
Archer on the sneak.
He's in. 39-0 with an extra point try coming up. It's going to try to kick the extra point here now. Adam Miller will be the holder for Williams Valley. Snap's good. And the kick is partially blocked, perhaps, as the Trojans came rushing in there. It might have been Stephen Minnick might have got a hand on that one, number 9 out there. I'm not sure. But what I am sure of is the Trojans will get it back one more time and see if we can avoid the shutout here tonight, as we got 4:19 remaining in the ball game. It's 39-0 Williams Valley. Has a kick, or has it teed off again to kick off here, and here comes the kick, and it's going to be picked up down here by Miller, Joe Miller, and he is knocked down out here at the 35-yard line. Hernandez coming up there making the stop for Williams Valley, and so it'll be the Trojans putting it in play on their own 35-yard line. Well, they put in an entire junior varsity squad out here now, the way it looks to me. They've got number 42 Twee Eddie in there, number 30 or number 20 is Hill, 61 I mentioned Mace, he was in before with the other squad. 4 is Weist. Some of the other guys I can't really see too well here. Number 1 over there, Wade Whitmer. 84, not sure who 84 is. 71 in there is Huntsberger. 64 is Ethan Waters. 61, I mentioned, is the quarterback, or is the center on the ball club. And this handoff is going to be to Eddie, and Eddie gets to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. It'll be second down and 10. Twee unable to get loose that time. Bring up a second and 10. Bank out on the near side of the field here for UDA on this second down and 10. Eddie remains as a single set in the backfield. He'll get, no, he's not. Quarterback's got it. Loesch trying to come upfield with it, and he is going to get about a yard or so. Not too much on that one, as Matt took the option and kept the football and gained about a yard. It'll be 3rd and 9. Again, Eddie will remain the single set behind Matt Loesch on this 3rd down and 9 play. Ball at the 36-yard line. Clock down to 2 minutes 35 seconds. Eddie gets the call, and he'll get about another yard or 2 before he is wrapped up in there.
74,
Delaney and Murray or somebody like that making the stop. Bring up 4th down. The Trojans will send in mainly the first squad on this 4th down punting situation play, as Henninger will go back to punt the ball away for UD. 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining now. Let's see what kind of a snap we get here. Pretty good snap. And the kick is high and nice. Going to roll all the way down here and then take a, well, kind of a UD roll, but then it stopped. And down there to down it is that ever-present Jared Lucas.
16-yard line.
10 for the Vikings, now on the 16-yard line of Williams Valley. 1:10 left here. Time for a couple of plays. Quarterback is going to be thrown back that time, as coming in to make the stop on him is Kinch. Aaron coming in there and making a good defensive play that time, and he's going to check out of the ball game now as he'll jog off here. It'll be second down coming up now. Loss of about 6 on the last play, or 7 maybe. It'll be second down and 17. But more importantly, the clock down to 40 seconds here left in this one. So the Trojans will even up their season now at 3 wins. They won 3 in a row and now have lost 3 in a row. And it doesn't get any easier here on out, as the Trojans just unable to generate some offense. And it's amazing, because the first couple of games, they put a lot of points on the board. Last several games, they have been tough to get any points at all. So Trojans with 29 seconds remaining here in this ball game will go 3-3, and Williams Valley will now go 5-1. And they have a big matchup coming up next week against the undefeated Halifax Wildcats. I'm not sure how they made out tonight, but Halifax is winning tonight, right? Yeah. So that should be one heck of a ball game. In the meantime, the Trojans will go home to host the Pine Grove Cardinals at UDA, and hopefully we can get back on a winning streak that night. So we're ready to go here now. Final play, perhaps, of this ball game. Number 2, new quarterback in there for the Vikes. And comes in motion. QB will hand this one off, and up the middle with it goes number 27, Hunter. Dwee Eddy making the stop, and that's going to do it, as I think the time will expire before they get another playoff here. We're down to 16 seconds, and I think they're just going to let it run down there. So the Trojans take one on the nose here at Williams Valley. They got to get it back together again for next week, hopefully. I'm not sure of the condition of Faust, but same way with Jimmy Savage. Are hoping that Jim is ready to come back. See if I can scan the group here and see if Jim's around. I haven't seen him for a little while, and I'm not sure what the heck his status might be, but we hope the best for these 2 young fellows, and we will see what they can do next week here against the Cardinals. So we'll see you then. Good night from Williams Valley. Congratulations to the Williams Valley Vikings, who keep their winning ways intact and have played one heck of a nice ball game here tonight. So we'll wish them luck the rest of the way, and we'll catch you later. I think that's Jimbo right there in the middle of the screen, and he seems to be walking okay, so that's good. Looks like he has maybe a wrap on the belly or something, as he got nailed that time out there. And well, okay, we'll see you then. Good night from Williams Valley.
Updated score, it's Halifax